Welcome to the deep dive. Today we have, well, it's a fascinating blueprint in front of us.
It really is.
It's just a single page, right, from a home fitness program, and it's just called Day 17.
Hmm.
And we're not going to do the workout. We're going to dissect it.
Yeah, this is all about the architecture.
Exactly. It's an architecture diagram for hitting some very specific physical goals with, maximum efficiency.
That's the mission right there. We're treating this like a strategic document. We have to get past the sweat and really, analyze the engineering behind it.
The engineering, I like that.
We're looking at why this specific structure, the sequence, the timing, all of it, is the best way to hit these 4 targets they list: stamina, calorie burn, agility, and core activation.
And the whole strategy, the whole architecture, it hinges on this one core constraint they highlight right at the top.
No equipment.
No equipment. This is a pure home workout.
And that constraint is everything. It really is. If you don't have weights, you don't have machines, you have to rely entirely on body weight, gravity, and this is the critical part: speed and timing.
To create that metabolic demand.
Yes. So the way they've structured this HIIT plus steady cardio mix, it becomes the essential variable. It's the only thing they can really manipulate.
So what we're looking at is a system that's designed to create, well, metabolic shock purely through how it's organized.
It's a beautifully simple solution, but it is so demanding. The high-intensity stuff gives you that huge calorie burn and stamina boost, while the steady-state parts, which we'll see in the core section, they handle the targeted muscle activation. It hits all 4 goals.
Okay, so let's start at the foundation then, the prep phase, the 3-minute warm-up. The source breaks it down into 5 steps, mostly these quick 30-second bursts.
And you can see a really logical progression. It's 30 seconds marching in place, then arm swings, hip circles, a light jog. The first 2 minutes are all about dynamic movement.
Just getting the body ready.
You're getting blood flowing, you're warming up the joints, you're basically sending a signal to your body that says, okay, it's time to move.
But then right at the end of that, the timing changes completely, doesn't it?
It does.
We get to standing toe touches, and it's a full minute, a much more, passive stretch.
Whole minute.
So why so much time on that one move compared to everything else?
It's a critical transition.
Mm-hmm.
Those first dynamic moves, they prepared the body for general activity.
Mm-hmm.
But the toe touches, they specifically target the hamstrings and the whole lower back, the posterior chain.
Right.
And you need that dedicated stretch there because what's coming next is explosive. It's rapid fire.
Right.
You've got high knees and mountain climbers coming right up.
So you're saying if the hamstrings aren't ready for that sudden, powerful work, you're looking at an injury.
You're risking a strain, for sure. So that minute is basically injury prevention. It's like a little cool down for the warm-up right before you hit the red line.
The last chance to optimize the engine. Okay, let's get into that engine room then. The HIIT cardio round. This is where that architecture of efficiency you mentioned really comes to life.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking 3 rounds, 5 exercises, and a really brutal timing structure. 30 seconds of work and then just 15 seconds of rest.
And that 2-to-1 work-to-rest ratio is everything. That is the key to maximizing the fat burn fast goal they listed.
Because you're not fully recovering.
You are deliberately ensuring incomplete recovery. If you rested for 30 seconds, your body would have time to, replenish its immediate energy stores.
But by cutting that rest to just 15 seconds.
You force the body to stay above its anaerobic threshold. You can't catch your breath, so your system has to switch into that high output state, burning through stored energy really fast. This is what triggers EPOC.
The afterburn effect.
The famous afterburn. Exactly. The goal isn't just to burn calories during the workout, but to keep that metabolism elevated for hours after you're done.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. They're designing the structure to extract the maximum physiological debt.
So let's look at the exercise sequence, because the order seems really strategic. It starts with high knees, pure cardiac shock.
Exactly. You start by spiking the heart rate as fast as you possibly can. High knees use massive leg muscles moving quickly against gravity. It puts you in that high effort zone immediately.
And right after that, we transition to jumping jacks.
Which keeps that heart rate high, but changes the plane of motion. It's more of a full body activation. You're bringing in the shoulders, the stabilizers, but the intensity stays right up there.
Okay, now this is where I get a little skeptical about the order.
Yeah.
Next up is fast punches. If the goal is just pure, relentless cardio, why pivot to that? It seems less taxing.
But it's a brilliant move. And it speaks directly to that no equipment constraint. If they put in another high-impact jumping move there, you'd risk joint failure or just complete burnout in round 1.
The fast punches, they introduce rotational stability. They work your shoulder endurance. So you're hitting the core goal, but you're doing it while keeping the metabolic rate high through sheer speed.
So you're managing fatigue.
Precisely. You
Yeah.
shift the load away from the big joints in the lower body. It's so smart. It lets you maintain that speed for all 3 rounds. They're managing which muscle groups fail and when.
And that is smart sequencing. So after that, we hit lateral speed steps.
And that goes right after the agility goal.
Right.
You've been moving vertically, rotationally. Now you're moving side to side. It demands quick footwork. It challenges your balance, all while your heart is pounding. That's functional agility.
And then to finish the circuit, right before that 15-second rest, we get mountain climbers. This feels like it pulls everything together.
It's a compound breakdown. It uses every system we just pre-fatigued, cardio, core, lower body, and it moves you into that horizontal plank position, which perfectly preloads the core muscles for what's coming next.
So the progression is just masterful, isn't it?
It really is. Isolated intensity, broad conditioning, a strategic break for the legs, then skill training, and finally, total system integration.
And you do that 3 times. So by the end of that HIIT round, your system is just screaming. Which leads us to the big shift in Section 3, the core stability round.
A huge shift. This moment in the workout's architecture is so important. We go from explosive, high-impact power to controlled, focused stability.
And the pacing reflects that perfectly. Explain that timing contrast for us. We were at 30 work, 15 rest. Now we jump to 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest.
So you're working longer, but the rest period is also longer. The ratio is the same, 2 to 1, but the time under tension is significantly increased. And for stability and strength moves, that increased time under tension is what gets results.
It's a different goal.
It's a totally different goal than cardiac efficiency, which loves those quick transitions and incomplete recovery. Here we want to hold and stabilize.
So why do this right after all that explosive work?
It's a post-exhaustion principle. The HIIT work just tired out all your big muscle groups. It put your core under all this dynamic stress. So by forcing you to do static, controlled movements now, you're demanding integrity from muscles that are already exhausted.
It maximizes the stabilizing effect.
Exactly. You're building deep muscle endurance.
Okay, let's break down the 4 exercises here. It starts with the plank, the gold standard.
Yep, the foundational anti-gravity hold. It trains your body to resist sagging, which you need for good form in something like a mountain climber.
Then we get the dead bug. This one always looks so simple.
But it is anything but. The dead bug is all about anti-extension. It trains your deep abs to stop your lower back from arching when your arms and legs move.
Which happens when you run or jump.
All the time. The dead bug teaches your core to stabilize your spine while your limbs are flying around. It's so functional.
Next up, heel touches. That gets the obliques, the side stabilizers.
This brings in lateral flexion. We hit rotation with the fast punches, now we hit the sides. It's vital for balance.
And finally, flutter kicks to finish the core round. That always burns the lower abs.
You're hitting the lower abdominals and the hip flexors directly. And if you look at the 4 moves together, plank for the front, dead bug for anti-extension, heel touches for the sides, and flutter kicks for the low abs, it's a complete 360-degree attack on core stability.
And a stronger core means less injury risk and better endurance overall.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we built the engine, we've stabilized the frame. And now the routine demands one final explosive minute. The finisher.
The finisher.
Burpees. As many as possible. The instruction is literally end strong and push your limits.
And this minute is, it's the ultimate test, both physically and psychologically. It's designed to ensure you spend every last drop of energy right before you recover.
But why burpees? It feels like the cruelest possible choice right after all that core work.
It's the perfect choice because the burpee is the ideal metabolic catalyst. It's a compound move that taxes every single system at once.
Jumping, squatting, the plank.
The push-up. All of it. You need power, you need lower body strength, you need core control under fatigue. By putting it right after you exhausted the core, you guarantee the body burns through all its immediate energy reserves.
Yeah.
It's the final signal for your body to adapt.
The final tax on the system. Which means that 2-minute cooldown that follows, it's not optional, is it? It's critical.
It is absolutely non-negotiable. After hitting that high a peak, especially with the burpees, you have to guide the body back down safely.
It starts with deep breathing,
which is the immediate off switch. It tells your nervous system to shift out of that high-stress fight-or-flight state.
And then the stretches, they target the biggest players from the workout. We've got the quad stretch and the hamstring stretch.
Of course. They did the most work in all the running, jumping, and climbing.
Yeah.
They need that static stretch to start flushing out metabolic waste,
And wraps up with side bends.
which brings in that lateral recovery. It releases tension in the obliques and lats from the core section.
Sure.
It's a very targeted sequence to kickstart recovery after that extreme effort.
So if we step back and look at the whole blueprint, this day 17, what we're really seeing is a masterclass in periodization, all structured for a no-equipment environment.
That's it.
It strategically alternates between explosive cardio, controlled stability, and then that final all-out push. So the key takeaway for you, the listener, is that when you have no equipment, the structure is the resistance. The timing is the strategy.
And it raises a really interesting question, doesn't it? It's something that ties this whole thing together. If you suddenly gave the person doing this workout some equipment, say a kettlebell or a pair of dumbbells, how would this whole structure have to change?
That's a huge point. Would you even need high knees to spike the heart rate anymore? Or would you just use heavy kettlebell swings?
Exactly. Would you use fast punches or would you do weighted carries? The no equipment constraint is what forces this specific design. It's what makes the mountain climber the ideal integrator and the 30-15 timing the perfect tool for metabolic shock.
It molded every single minute of this routine.
All to deliver on those 4 promises: stamina, burn, agility, and core activation.
A perfect insight to leave you with. Thank you for sharing this incredible source material for our deep dive today. We hope this blueprint helps you appreciate the profound strategy that can go into a really good workout.